Hello and welcome to week 5. The place that I was sitting you no longer is here in my kitchen, so I'm just going to sit you on the counter. So welcome to week 5 of eating to help heal my mental health and digestive health and all that good stuff. And this week you're going to see lots of clips of what I've actually been eating. Not every single meal, but I tried to film a lot. So without further ado, let's get into it. At the end you will see my goals for this year, for 2026. And let's just hop right in. So I'm going to show you some walking and some meals, but I got some running shoes. I got fitted for these shoes at a place called Running Wild, and these are the Ultra Torn 8s in case you're curious, so that I can be more comfortable when I'm active. So Monday, my son wanted to go out, so this is a vegan sushi roll, and it is so good. It's tofu, avocado, and cucumber, one of my favorites. This is a chickpea noodle soup that I'm working on, and I also made some whole wheat sourdough bread. It's like 80% whole wheat and 20% not, but it turned out so good. So that was for lunch for the week, was that chickpea noodle soup, and we were trying to take as many walks as we can. So one day we were able to go to the park and just enjoy the beautiful weather. Now this next recipe is a pizza. So I used a whole wheat sourdough crust that I did make from scratch, topped it with some plant-based meat, mushrooms, vegan cheese, lots of veggies, green onions, sun-dried tomatoes, hummus, and pizza sauce as well, and some spinach and kale. It was so good. This is a crowd favorite. These are potato nachos, crispy potato slices topped with all the fixins on it like you would have nachos, cheese sauce. That's a spicy vegan mayo make. This is one of the breakfasts. This was the whole wheat toast with avocado, tofu scramble on it, and some sauerkraut. It was absolutely amazing with some cucumbers on the side. And then another breakfast was this grits bowl. So grits, the tofu scramble, avocado, and whole wheat toast as well. So just a little bit of a variation, but it was absolutely delicious. And I really enjoyed my meals this week and getting outside a lot and hanging out with my family outside. So that is what we ate this week. Just a couple of the meals that I wanted to be able to share with you. Hello and welcome to the end of week 5. We're going to do a little grocery haul. And so this week you're going to see a lot of just clips of what I've been eating mostly, and I think that's okay. And then I'm going to talk to you about my goals for this year a little bit, and I'll have some breakouts on my face. So that's not super fun. We went to Aldi, Publix, and a health food store. So I'll start with the health food store. I am stopping buying supplements on Amazon. Not supposed to be doing that. So I got magnesium glycinate at the health food store. It was BOGO, so 22 bucks for 2 containers. I got crayon action because sometimes I have urinary issues, and so this is like cranberry tablets, sort of. I got vitamin D3 and K2. Hezekiah, please stop. And then my dietitian wants me to start taking CoQ10, so I got a CoQ10 gummy with, and also has probiotics, which is interesting. So CoQ10. And then I got cumin. I got some mustard seed, sesame seeds, and organic rolled oats. These are all organic, I think. We got, then what else did we get there? Oh, this soy-free tofu. I really like this tofu. This is from Big Mountain is the brand. And then this was on sale. This is the only plant-based ground sausage I can find. So I'm gonna put this in the freezer for when I need it for biscuits and gravy again. I got avocado oil cooking spray. This is my favorite rice blend, and it was $1 off, so it's $4.99 for this container of Nature's blend rice. And then apparently hoisin sauce has red 40 in it, so I ditched my hoisin sauce and I found this one at the health food store that is dye-free hoisin sauce, and it's also gluten-free. Then we went to Aldi and I got mushrooms, 2 things of raspberries, a thing of strawberries. I live with a toddler and he loves fruit. We got some Campari tomatoes, butter lettuce. We're gonna do tofu wraps, I guess you could call them, or lettuce cups. Lemons, 2 bunches of banana. 1 bunch is organic, I think 1 is not. But 2 bunches of banana in varying ripeness. Some spinach. I did get some frozen wild caught salmon. And these tuna steaks. I don't plan to eat these this week, but they did have them available, so I went ahead and got them. A singular sweet potato, frozen edamame that's already shelled, broccoli, mini bell peppers, 2 things of mini cucumbers. I'm going to start some fermentation. I got some jalapenos, red grapes. These are on sale for $1.09 a pound, and my son loves grapes. And a pineapple, and also some paper towels. From Publix, I got some dill, Ripple chocolate plant-based milk. My son loves this. My favorite brand of tomatoes was BOGO, so I got 2 fire roasted and 2 regular diced, both with no salt. PB Fit was BOGO, and I had that on my list. I hate that it has sugar in it. All the brands of the peanut butter powder had sugar, so I gotta find one that doesn't have sugar. But PB Fit, 2 of those. I got some shallots and toilet paper. They're sitting on the toilet paper. And then 2 Siggy's plant-based yogurts. So that's our grocery haul today. Later I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about my goals for this year. But, I got potatoes, a 10-pound bag of potatoes, and some quart jars for my fermenting. And one more thing, I found these at Aldi, and they looked exactly like the Trader Joe's ones. And they do taste exactly like the Trader Joe's ones, and they look exactly like the Trader Joe's ones. I don't know if it's gonna focus. If you've ever had these sourdough crackers from Trader Joe's, they taste exactly the same. They're so good. So, that's the grocery haul. And I will see you in a little bit for a chat about New Year's goals. Now I call them resolutions. And yeah, you should be seeing lots of videos from this week about what I've been eating and exercising. Hello, we are back in our spot today to talk about New Year's goals. I just cut myself on a piece of metal. Gross. So let's talk about what my plans are for this year, tentatively of course, and just things that I would like to accomplish. So 2025 has come and gone, and we're in 2026, which is wild to me that it's a whole nother year. So 2025 was a year of major change and growth, and in a sense rebirth, spiritually, physically, mentally, the whole 9 yards. So 2026, I'm gonna get out my lists. Here we go. For my journal, I do journal every single night, and I like to pick up cute little journals when I'm out. Water break. Number 1 is I want to speak kindly to myself. So I have a really hard time saying nice things about myself, but not even that. I am known to say mean things about myself, and when my body is doing something that's uncomfortable, I think, oh, my body's failing me, oh, this is happening, when in reality my body's just signaling to me that something is out of balance, that it's unhappy, that something needs to change. And so I want to start looking at it from a way of my body just signaling me that, hey, we need to do something about this, and this is what I'm trying to tell you, and just to listen to my body, listen to my heart and my mind, and you know what's going on. So what is my body trying to tell me? And my body is listening. So how I talk to myself really matters, and I have a lot of negative self-talk, and I would say I have anxiety or I have panic attacks, and like I'm just reaffirming things, you know what I mean? And so I want to start saying things that I want to be true and that are true, and just get rid of the negative self-talk. And I'm not going to be perfect about it. I also realize, I'm not even going to lie, that I am a bit of a gossip, and that I realized that I was talking about people, not in saying spreading rumors and starting things that weren't untrue, but just like, I don't know, just talking about people. And I don't want to do that anymore, and that's not biblical, and that's not very Christian-like, and that's not who I want to be. So my body is believing what it hears, and what I'm telling it matters. And so I just really want to focus on that. I also want to spend a lot less time on my phone. I am fasting social media for the month of January. We're doing a fast with the church, and I don't know if I'll get on it after, but we'll see. By social media, I mean Facebook and Instagram, and I have blocked them on my phone so that I cannot open them. So if you send me a message, I'm so sorry, I did not get it, and I won't be getting it for a while. But I want to spend time on my phone just texting people, you know, messaging, that kind of thing. And then CapCut is what I use to edit my Amazon videos, so using CapCut. But other than that, not very much time on my phone. And I want to incorporate weight training. So for PCOS, weight training is incredibly beneficial. I mean, any exercise, the best exercise is the kind that you will do, right? But weight training has shown to be incredibly beneficial. And right now I just do a lot of cardio, and I will continue to do that. But I do want to incorporate some kind of weight training in it. So My cat is walking over my camera. For me, I've got the Fit On app that I want to use more and just start small with resistance bands and dumbbells and things like that. I'm not joining a gym right now because it's not really feasible with our schedule and money and stuff like that. So I'm just going to do what we have. We have a lot of dumbbells, we have resistance bands, we have a couple of kettlebells, that kind of thing. And then also yoga is a form, in my opinion, of resistance training. It's not like weightlifting, but it's building up muscle. So I definitely want to work on that and just have a well-rounded exercise routine where it's not just cardio, because cardio is fabulous, of course, and walking is great for weight loss, it's good for digestion, so many things. So I'm going to keep walking, but just start to work in some of that resistance and weight training. Speaking of walking, I want to get outside more. I want to start my day with the morning sun. Thinking about getting, it's not even out yet, but Dr. Bullshwitz's new book, Plant Power Plus, and it talks about inflammation in the body, which PCOS is an inflammatory condition. And so I'm thinking about getting his book, but I've listened to his podcast recently and talking about circadian rhythm and inflammation. And one of the best ways to combat that is to get outside first thing in the morning. So I want to start my day with the sun as often as possible. Thankfully, I live in Florida, so that's a pretty good opportunity for me to be able to do for a lot of times. I just don't do it. So getting outside within a few minutes of waking up and setting my day so that I can get my circadian rhythm started, but then also throughout the day, just getting outside more and playing outside with my son more and less time in front of the TV. And I'm not demonizing TV because he loves Paw Patrol. I love Paw Patrol for him and Bluey and all that kind of stuff. But just really get in the dirt, get outside, go for walks, go to parks, spend time in nature the way God intended it to be. So that's another thing. And then eat 90% unprocessed foods. So obviously this series is about healing my gut and mental health after an SSRI, and I'm still consuming too many processed foods, in my opinion. And so my goal is to get to a 90-10 at least of being unprocessed. I am, and you'll see from the videos and my grocery haul, I have decided to do fish between 1 and 2 times a week, and usually in the form of salmon. This week I got a tuna steak. So 1 to 2 times a week, mostly to help, and I know you can reach your protein goals and your omegas and stuff with a plant-based diet, but just really help with those omegas and the protein. And there's just a lot of good things in fish, in my opinion. If I can find wild caught, that's going to be ideal. The salmon I bought is wild caught. I don't think the tuna is, but that's going to be an ideal scenario. And especially locally, I'm not going to get salmon locally, but I live right off the Gulf Coast, so we have lots of options for fresh fish and seafood. So I think I'm gonna just keep that to a minimum and see where that goes. I did eat a couple bites of chicken yesterday because this bowl came with chicken, and here's my philosophy on stuff like that, by the way. I'll just briefly share that with you. I got it for my son, that he didn't end up wanting it. My philosophy is, if somebody makes my meal and it accidentally or whatever has meat on it, as long as it's not pork or beef, because I physically cannot handle that, I'm probably gonna eat it anyway. And I know this sounds crazy as a plant-based person, but here's my thing. I would rather eat the meat than it go in the trash. You know, if it's cooked well and it's safe and all that kind of stuff, but I don't want that animal sacrifice to just like go in the trash. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that I made the choice yesterday to eat that chicken off that bowl and not let it go to waste. So it didn't make me feel the greatest in my tummy because I haven't eaten chicken in a long time, and it was grilled. So anyway, that's just kind of my philosophy on that. Maybe you feel similarly, that it's a waste to throw it in. I'm not saying we have to finish every bite of food on our plate, but especially when it comes to animals, I try not to waste. So that's my philosophy on that. But right now we are doing just fish once or twice a week, and that's felt really good for me and I've been enjoying it. So I'm gonna continue that as of this moment. So I'd say I'm like 95% plant-based, focusing on whole foods, but again, the processed, I've been snacking. It's been the holidays, y'all. Nobody's perfect. but I want to get to that place where it becomes just easier and routine for me to pick up an apple instead of packaged crackers, or say no to the chips and go for, I don't know, hummus and vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Like, just where it becomes second nature to just pick those options instead of the processed. Next one is prioritizing rest and sleep. I have been waking up at the same time during the night every night for weeks, and I don't understand why, but I'm gonna work on that and see if I can figure out what's going on. But I have a tendency to just stay up too late, not super late, and just not have a good sleep routine. So getting off my phone, going to sleep, reading before bed, but just trying to sleep between 10 and 6 a.m. if I can. Now my son does wake up at least once during the night usually, and then he goes right back to sleep. So I don't know if I'm ever gonna sleep straight through the night, but at least prioritizing getting more rest. And then the last thing is to journal and or meditate daily. I want to, Cleo, your tail. Cleo, can you move please? Cleo. Your tail is in my camera view. Cleo, please move. Move it. Move. 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 I want to start a regular practice of meditation. I'll be honest, that's not something I've been feeling very successful at in the past, because just sitting down, like being with myself, and sitting and being is hard. That's why I find therapy very hard. Is just be with my feelings and be with my body and just sit and reflect. I can read my Bible all day long and no issues, but when it comes to like just sitting within myself, struggle. So I want to make time for that daily. So basically I need to get down a solid routine that includes movement, getting outside, journaling, meditating, and eating very cleanly. Clean? Yeah. So that's kind of what that all boils down to. So that's the goal. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And I cannot wait to show you more food. That's what is in this video that I think has been lacking from the past couple, is a lot of talking, and this is showing you actual examples of what I've really been eating. And I've got a long way to go, okay? This is not perfect. And this is not every single meal. I didn't video every single meal, but I tried to give you quite a few in here so you can see what I'm actually eating and what we're doing. I'm feeling pretty good. I woke up pretty energized today. I just took that CoQ10 supplement, so my dietitian said she's really curious to see how I feel with that, because it's great for inflammation, especially those with PCOS. So we're gonna add that in. I'm gonna add in a D3 and K2 vitamin, because my magnesium glycinate that I take at night currently has the D vitamin in it, but I won't be ordering that from Amazon anymore. So I got just plain magnesium glycinate. So I'm gonna add in the D vitamin separately. So, and then I'm going to continue to take my iron, which has some B vitamins in it as well. But that is all I have for you right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.